It's time for
Mushy Faces! Yay!
Well, it's time for our much anticipated K-pop episode.
Hey, look! Salmon candy!
We did actually get a couple of foods in. We wanted to try it because that's what we're all about.
K-pop candy!
No, it's not K-pop candy. I don't even know if it's Korean. Nope, it looks Japanese. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, we'll get to that in 2 seconds. Today is going to be our K-pop episode, and it's going to round out our Korean culture trilogy.
Yes!
We started with Korean food, we did
Yes.
Korean beauty products,
Yep.
and now Korean music.
Yep.
We're really excited. But first, so this is gum. Okay, hold on a minute, hold on. Do you have the sillies? Okay, get the sillies out of your system. Okay, and stop. Alright, we need to do this one last because it's gum, and it's going to last a while. So we got to do the foods first. So a friend of the show sent in this Hello Kitty matcha marshmallows. I've never seen anything like it before, have you? No, I want to try it though.
Yes!
Okay, here's one for you, here's one for me. Shall we try it?
Chocolate.
No, that's matcha.
Matcha?
It's like green tea.
Green tea.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting flavor. You don't care for it, huh? You want to spit it out?
No, I already stuck it through my mouth.
That's good, because I didn't want to catch your half-eaten marshmallow anyway. Okay, well, thank you very much for sending those in. It was an interesting adventure. I did like it. I would enjoy eating that. But that's okay, you tried it. That's what's important. I could see myself putting that in like a matcha latte. That would be fun.
Matcha latte!
Okay, we got something from the Kawaii box.
Yummy!
And they said it was a surprise Japanese candy of some sort. And we don't read Japanese, and there's no English on the label, so I have no idea what this is. It's like a foam log. I don't...
Can I call somebody on this?
Oh my god. I don't know what happened to you this morning. You had a very healthy breakfast. It's like puffy. It smells like Cocoa Krispies.
It tastes like Cocoa Krispies.
Oh, that is pretty. It does kind of taste like Cocoa Krispies, except it's more chocolatey. Okay, that's enough. My goodness, that's enough. It's only 10 in the morning here. Okay, ooh, that was actually pretty good. I did like that. Did you? Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay, our final item, which also came from the Kawaii box, is gum. All these different kinds of gum come in this package, and you can make different kinds of gum, like different flavors if you put different combinations in your mouth at the same time.
If you put both in your mouth, it will smell good together.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, we got a few different colors in there. I thought they were going to be different shapes too, but they weren't.
Ooh, green.
Green appears to be. Oh, I wish I read Japanese at this moment.
Wait.
Pear?
Pear?
No. Grape. You're right. Grape.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. So chew on that.
Oh.
I got blue. Blue looks like.
Blueberry.
It looks like some sort. It looks like sparkling water, but maybe they mean like blueberry soda or something. I have no idea what this flavor is. It's pretty good though. Did you swallow that?
Yep.
You're not meant to swallow gum, babe.
It's delicious.
Okay, we're going to have a tutorial about gum a little bit later. So we're doing our K-pop episode today. I found out about K-pop because I was flipping through the TV channels one day and saw a music video unlike any I had ever seen before. It was colorful, it was weird, it was bright, and there was a lot of dancing and some weird stuff that I didn't understand, but it was cool and I wanted more. And then we started watching it.
I want more chocolate.
Well, we're off that now. So we just started watching more and more K-pop. And then it started to get to the point where we were listening to more K-pop than anything else. And now I think we listen to 99% K-pop and 1% everything else.
Yeah.
We like it. What's your favorite K-pop song?
Red Velvet.
Oh, I love Red Velvet. They're coming out with a new album very soon. In fact, by the time this gets posted, their new album will surely be live. It's called the Reve Festival Day 1, and it's a mini album. So I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to define a lot of words that come up in the K-pop fandom a lot that you don't hear a lot in American music fandom. Mini album is one of them. A mini album is where a group releases an album which maybe has 5 or 6 songs, and they tend to release multiple mini albums throughout the year. We're used to American groups releasing a full album with maybe like 13 or 15 songs, and maybe they'll have a couple of singles that come off of that, and they'll tour off of that album maybe for the following year. But that's pretty much what we can expect from an American artist for most of the time. But for Korean artists, they're releasing mini albums all the time, maybe like once a season, for example. So maybe like 4 a year, and then every once in a while they'll release a full album that will come with like 13 songs, things like that.
I want more chocolate.
All right, a little bit. But that's it. You gotta keep the crunching to a minimum or else it's gonna mess up the track. When an artist comes out with a new album, they call it a comeback. But like LL Cool J said, don't call it a comeback, they've been here for years. So anytime they come out with a new single, we in America might say they're dropping their newest song or whatever the case is, but they call it a comeback, even if they released a song like 3 months ago. It doesn't mean that they're coming back from a long hiatus, which is what I thought, but then it turned out that there were like 3 different artists on the show that were making comebacks. I'm like, what, are they all coming back from a hiatus? I was very confused, but that was not the case. So let's talk about the word idol. Artists are called idols in Korean music. So they call all of their music industry stars idols, the kind that come out of the K-pop machine anyway. So it's not the sort of situation where artists are, being discovered on the street or because they're, playing in bars and an A&R person would come along and say, wow, that sounds like it would be a really great artist. Although sometimes that does happen. Typically in K-pop, people enter these training camps or schools, I guess they would call them, and they've been trained since they were maybe preteens. And they're trained in things like not just singing and dancing, but also how to represent themselves to their fans and in the media.
And how to learn something now.
Most artists have their own light sticks. This is Red Velvet's light stick. And people buy the light stick and then they bring it to the concert and then they wave it in the air and they have different lighting up situations. Some light sticks have a Bluetooth receiver in the light stick. The Bluetooth receiver is controlled by someone in the booth, and they can make all of the different light sticks perform different patterns and colors. It's really cool.
But actually, Red Velvet lights don't make different colors.
Yeah, the Red Velvet one that we have, unless it just doesn't work that way in the States because we haven't gotten to that point yet, but it might still have, actually I think it does have the Bluetooth receiver. It's just when we were at the concert they didn't do the Bluetooth thing. But everybody did have their light sticks and they were waving them in time with the music. And the artists have reported...
And the light went up.
Oh, that's right! It had the light that went up into the ceiling when the concert was ready to start.
And we said Red Velvet, and then the light went up.
And then the show started, right? Okay, next thing is fan chants. We're talking about fan support of the artist. So you may have heard, if you listened to, for example, BTS when they performed at the MMAs, you might have heard as they were playing the fan chants going along with the song. And American audiences were like, why are these people screaming while this artist is making this music? So the fan chant is not just something that random crazy people are screaming along with the music about. The fan chants are something that are not only created by fans, but are also even created by the recording companies themselves to go along with the music. And the artists have often reported that they enjoy hearing the fan chants at their performances because they know the fans are really into what they're hearing. And they've also reported that hearing the fan chants in Korean outside of Korea has really been a mood enhancer for them because they know that it takes a lot for people to learn these Korean fan chants and perform them along with the music. So it's a nice feeling for them. It's a good way to support the artists. So what you may also hear about these artists is people talking about their bias. So for example, you like Red Velvet best, right?
Yes.
Who's your favorite person in Red Velvet?
Irene.
Irene is like so many people's bias. Bias is your favorite person in the group. The bias could be the prettiest or the handsomest or the most talented, but basically your favorite person in the group. The ultimate bias is the person who, regardless of group or anything else, is your favorite person in the entire K-pop universe. I too am a giant fan of Red Velvet, but I think Seulgi is my bias. I have so many different artists that I like. Tell me a song that you like.
I love you when I wanna get that. I love you when I wanna get that. I love you when I wanna get that.
So that song that she's singing is by a group called Big Bang. They are one of
Big
Korea's biggest boy groups, and they've been around for just about 10 years now. Right now, 4 out of the 5 members of Big Bang are doing their mandatory military service. And this actually turns out to be a pretty big factor in K-pop, because for males in Korea, you have to do, I think it's about 2 years of military service. So sometimes, like in the case of Big Bang, they left one member behind, Seungri, and he was kind of left holding up the group for the fans while the other guys were in their military service. Unfortunately, Seungri was involved in some criminal activities that I can't talk about in front of my child. And it looks like he has left not only Big Bang, but his recording company as well, and I think he's going to jail. So the good news is, the other 4 remaining members of Big Bang are about to leave their mandatory military service and they'll be back. So we'll see what happens when they come back. Of course, the head of that recording agency did also just get in a gigantic bit of trouble, and he has left the recording agency, and so has his brother, who was the CEO. There is a thing called a fan meet. Groups go out, they meet their fans, they sign things, they get gifts. There's a lot of gift giving. The other thing that tends to happen is called a high touch. Now, I was not sure what this was because we bought concert tickets when we saw Astro, and they had what's called a high touch. And it was very expensive. I want to say it was around $200 per ticket to get into the event, get the best seats, and then also have this high touch thing. It turns out that the high touch is where the artists stand in a line, and then all of the people who bought the high touch tickets get in a line, and you just parade past the group holding up your hand. Yes, and you just high five them as you go past, and that's it. That's it. Just a high five for $200, which I kind of thought was a little expensive, but people paid for it. That section was sold out at the concert. People were really interested in it, and in fact, that was
very sold out.
Yeah, and that wasn't actually billed as a concert. That was a fan meet. They answered questions. They had a translator there to help out because not everyone in the group speaks English, of course. There's one member who speaks pretty good English.
Not a lot of people.
They played games. Do you remember how they had that basketball game? We had an interesting experience when we went to see Astro. The other thing that they had was that you could get a group photo. And I thought that meant that you and the person that you went with could get in a photo with Astro and get your picture taken. This was also pretty expensive. That was pretty good, except for the fact that you were paying $150 to get into a picture with the people you came with, and then 6 other people that you didn't know, because basically you're crowding into the shot with 8 people regardless of how many people you came with.
Not 10 people, or else everything will not fit.
Yeah, exactly. So 2 people had to go in a different picture and 8 of you got into the picture, and that's assuming that you all got in at the same time. It could be that 4 of you got in with the group in front of you, and the other 6 got in with the group behind you with 4 other strangers. It's very strange, but people pay a lot of money for this.
400 strangers are not very good on a video.
Yeah, I didn't care for paying money for that.
Nah.
And it wasn't a small amount of money either. I'm telling you, it was like $150. It was a lot of money. So anyway,
then I won't buy that.
So we didn't buy that. But anyway, we did have a good time anyways.
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing Astro.
Yeah.
And then we saw Red Velvet. And then we almost got 7 tickets, but my goodness, those sold out fast. And it was an arena tour.
Yep.
And I'm a pretty cool mom, but taking a 5-year-old to an arena tour was just beyond the pale for me. So we didn't go see GOT7, although we love GOT7, right?
Yep.
Do you know any GOT7 songs? Yeah, you do. What about Sweet Talk to Me, babe, it's magical, sweet lullaby.
Yep.
I like that song. So anyway, we've been having a lot of fun exploring K-pop and listening to all the great music coming out. One of the things that we like to do is to tell other people about K-pop, right?
Yeah.
So we've created a playlist on Apple Music, so if you want to listen to what we think are some of the greatest K-pop songs that you absolutely must hear, then go on Apple Music and search for Munchie Faces, and you'll see our playlist that we made for you, right? Mm-hmm. Say goodbye?
Yep.
Okay.